They may turn around to you and say, for what you're doing, we'll give you 5 million. You never know.
Yeah.
You sit down and have that conversation.
We asked an investor, what's your number one piece of advice for startup founders? Here's what he said.
You need to go and sit with people and just say, what is between me starting my startup and pushing an invoice out to you? My advice would be to startups, seek out those people in positions of power. They're here to nurture what you're doing in this area, and they're here to hear your take on it. And if you go to them and say, well, will you spend $500,000 like creating this report of 50,000 or 5,000? They may turn around to you and say, for what you're doing, we'll give you 5 million. You never know.
Yeah.
You sit down and have that conversation, but you'll save so much time. If you have 5 of those conversations in the first 3 months of your existence, that will absolutely change everything you currently assume about your business model, or at the very, very least validate it. And so I would just say to founders, don't assume anything about your business model until you've spoken to a customer and they've validated that, yeah, this is something that they need and they're willing to pay for.
What about mindset? What does it take to navigate the challenges of being a founder?
Being able to accept that not every day looks the same, but also having your mindset towards accepting that there are a lot more challenges and that you're not part of this structured organization when you have someone to escalate to and someone to back you up and someone to cover when you're sick or whatever. I feel there's a lot more drive that comes with being an entrepreneur, in my opinion.
Realize that the problem they're trying to solve is what's important.
Yeah.
The way they're trying to tackle it may get them positive or negative feedback by different people they talk to, and they just need to be humble about it and iterate if they need to and evolve. So I think that's a common area that people struggle with, is either just not having enough confidence behind whatever conviction area that they've decided to choose because they may fear that someone knows better or that someone has said no for whatever reason. It's okay, keep going.
Sometimes perfection can be an enemy. Everybody wants to do perfectly and everything. If you take too much time in releasing it, it can take too long to validate. So always trying to test, trying to get feedback fast and quick and cheap. And then after validation, then you can put more time trying to make it perfect. But don't get too obsessed with perfection.
Yeah.
Most of the entrepreneurs I meet personally, I try to tell them create sustainable projects and it solves the pain points of the users or customers. They need to believe in their solution. They need to believe in themselves.
Lastly, we're going to close off season 1 with some harsh but necessary truths for all you founders out there.
You guys have to be the people who know how to market and sell your project the best. If you can articulate it and you have problem articulate it, even if you hire someone that helps you, you have to hone in on your own capabilities on communicating that value.
There are 2 or 3 categories of companies that one can start. The last category is like, okay, I'm going to start a company to do something. Don't do it. Right? If you can avoid it, don't start it. It's really a thing of the answer. Just don't do it. But if you are forced to start your own company, then I would say be honest with yourself about those first principles, like what's the problem we're trying to solve. And as though you can recall from our prior conversation, we didn't have all the answers ready-made to start with. So be prepared to iterate.
Understand who your clients are, understand what the market is about, because it's just like money down the drain. You're going to spend loads of money on awareness and campaigns, and you actually will get traffic, but you will not get conversion.
That's all for season 1 of On the Brinc. For access to more insights and resources for founders, head to brinc.io or keep up with us on social, where we'll be announcing season 2 in the weeks to come. See you next time.